only made $600,000 a day. So I need to get to where that $600,000 a day is. Welcome back. Welcome to the Keepin 100 with Money and Meka. I'm Money.
Of course I'm Meka.
So today's show we talked about a lot of stuff in past shows, so we're gonna talk about leveling up. What does it mean to level up to you guys? How to level up, the steps of leveling up in life.
Do's and don'ts.
Family involvement,
Budgeting.
which includes support, budgeting, credit, CPNs. We're gonna talk about all that today.
Turning hobbies into income.
Right.
We'll be starting a business, your net worth. And then we got some awesome guests today.
Yes, we do. We have comedian Lil Big Head, which is my wife's
My nephew.
family. We have my one of my homeboys, man, vocal coach, actor extraordinaire, Coach Wes. He will be here today. And I'm gonna let you introduce the other guests.
We got actress and singer Crissy Collins, and we got my other homeboy, comedian Willie Macc.
And
well, hopefully Kimbella come on in because she's supposed to come in, but if she make it in time, then
she traveling.
She on the road. So.
Shout out to Kimbella, man.
Yes, Kimbella Tax Pros.
All right.
So, we're gonna just jump on right in. First, just to go and get started. To you, what does it mean to level up?
I mean, to level up, to me, doing better than what you was in the past, Like me, for instance, I leveled up in youth with the football.
We see your ring. Huh?
Yeah, shout out to, my two Atlanta Junior Falcons, that went out there and showed out at IMG last weekend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. 14, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's how you leveled up.
Yeah. Hold on, and I leveled up by getting married to this beautiful lady.
See?
Yeah.
That's how you got me, boy. Well, I'm gonna piggyback and say I leveled up too by getting you too.
That's right.
So we leveled up together.
That's right.
So, but it did take a lot of little work here and there.
Yeah.
Starting with myself, because before you can level up, you have to start because it's leveling up is you. So you got to start within yourself.
Right.
And before relationships, business, anything, I had to find out me and make a conscious effort to better me every day. And for me, that started my process of leveling up because leveling up has levels.
Right.
You just don't go from here to there. Yeah, it's different levels to leveling up. So you got to start with where you are and go from there. So we gonna be right back and everything. We gonna have our guests joining us soon, and we gonna just jump on in, give you a little insight. I gotta give a little bit. He gonna talk mess later on, but I gotta give a little bit insight on the credit and the CPNs and all that. Because I got my people that be asking me questions.
Right.
He don't know that side. He just get the people who do the advertising for me.
I just do the promotion and advertising. Let her deal with the numbers.
See, but we work as a team, so we leveling up together.
But a lot of people don't be thinking I do nothing, but
And that's the case. They think I'm a dummy then, and I'm far from it. So so come on back and level up with us. All right. This kind of stuff that I like. I like to educate and help my people out. So this leveling up, it is. I do like it. I'm not gonna lie to that. So we'll get on started. And like we started in the intro. How to level up,
right.
The steps of leveling up, and things like that. First and foremost, leveling up, what we consider leveling up may not be what you consider leveling up.
Right.
So again, start where you are. I start where I was. Just like him, I'm from LA.
That's not just like me, because I'm from Atlanta.
The city. You know what I'm saying? Just being from a big city. Correction.
Right.
So, but me being from LA and going to Crenshaw High, living in Inglewood, I seen a whole lot of different things. And from seeing that, I had gained my own perception of leveling up. And I think starting off as children, when we look at leveling up or think of leveling up, we look at the people around us, you know, our big brothers, our big sisters, our parents, our aunts and uncles, you know, that are doing things. Because I know for me, that was me. With my big sister, you know, even though we didn't live in the same state, they live in New York. When I go back, I'm looking at my sisters like, okay, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, my sister got all the Victoria's Secrets, you know. Right. So in my mind, when I get older, I need to have Victoria's Secrets, you know, just because that's what I thought part of it was. So, in my mind at that time, when I first got older and got my first, you know, few different fragrances of Victoria's Secret put in the bathroom, I thought I was leveling up. You know what I'm saying? But to me, that was, you know, but now, you know, doing a lot of different things, I realized leveling up to me changed. You know, it became budgeting, my credit, you know, and even my finances, you know, so just to help you all as well, if you don't know about, you know, budgeting and things like that, first off, stop trying to live out without your, above your means, and outside your tax bracket, you know, that's not leveling up. That's leveling up for the gram, you know, but that's not actually leveling up. So, you know, when you do that, you know, look at your income, what it is, look at your expenses, and you budget from there. And you stay within that budget. If you can't go out to eat and do all this stuff, sit your behind at home, cook at home, or, you know, go raid a friend refrigerator or something.
But leveling up is not going to buy Gucci and Chanel and, you know what I'm saying? And
your bills ain't paid.
And then your bills, your rent late.
You look good, but then your electricity off.
Repo man out, you know.
Right.
That's not leveling up.
Right. You know, I mean, even I had people tell me, you know, for their stage of leveling up, they had their place, they had all this and that, but then they realized, oh, my house gotta smell good. Right. Oh, I gotta have extra towels for guests. I gotta have extra sheets for guests. You know, how you gonna sit there and be walking around with all, like you said, all this Gucci and all this stuff, and you got guests coming over and they can't even wash their behind. You know what I'm saying? Or
water be off.
You know what I'm saying? That's not leveling up. You're just doing it for the gram, doing it for you know, people's perception. And, you know, I mean, if that's what you live by, then do you, boo. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you really want to level up, start that budgeting. You know, start with fixing your credit. If you want to fix your credit, first off, hey, I do credit, you know, but even if you don't want to go through me, you know, I even give classes to teach you how to do it yourself.
So really, can you really touch on budgeting? Because, you know, we married and I'm the one that, you know.
You just give me the money.
I just give you the money. So that's how I budget. I just let you handle it. You know,
and if you have a wife that don't just go, that actually pays bills first, do that then. But if you have a wife or some, or a spouse or mate or whatever that's not into that, then definitely don't do that, because you'll be broke together. Because I've been there trying to give my money and have my spouse do it. And then all of a sudden, you know, I go try to pay the rent. And they like, we can't accept this. Because
I leave, you know, you can check my wallet. I have one card, my license.
You know,
that's it.
Budgeting, you know, is getting those necessities, not just those wants. You know, of course, your place to stay. If you have a vehicle, yes, your car insurance, car payment, gas. If you don't have a vehicle, your bus transportation, Uber money, you know, things like that, so you can get to work. You know, that's really where your budget is, starting with your necessities, the things that you actually need to survive. Not, you know, your food, you know, yes, your electric and water at home. If you have you know, some people look at telephones.
If you have children,
those are definitely necessities.
Children
you know,
leveling up.
I'm gonna tell you, like when I do our because I do a monthly budget every week. You know, well, not every week, every month, and I'll even do a budget 6 months out. You know, and then I'll go back, of course, and revise because Tyshawn got to pay this for football, Tasia got to pay this for cheer, so I got to go in and maneuver. But I have my budget already set, and I know what I need to do first, and that's what I do first. So yes, when hubby come and he like, hey babe, can we go here? Can we do this? You know, and I'm like, you know. But then sometimes he like, babe, we need some toilet paper. Oh, here you go. You know, excuse me, because I have to go ahead and make sure the priorities are in order. You know, just because I say I'm broke don't mean I don't have a dime to my name. You know, that means I don't have time to spend on frivolous stuff, you know, on things that's unnecessary. So to me, that's the main thing as far as budgeting is first being realistic as well with your income and your expenses and starting there. As far as your credit, always pull your credit report and find out what's on there so that you can go from there. And that's the first thing that I tell you too if you come to me. Pull that credit report, because you could tell me all day what's on there, but I don't know until I see it, and that's where I can go from there. Once we're working on credit, the next thing is pay your bills on time. Period. You know, when you miss a payment, you can drop 60 to 100 points easily. Very easily, and that will hurt you. You be like, I was just at 580. I thought I was doing about good, and now I'm at 530.
So when you're doing credit, when you're doing people credit, because I believe you got to be good with numbers, and I see you working late hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you doing people credit, how long I hear them. They be trying to rush the turnaround.
2 weeks, all this. Look, when it comes to credit, people cannot give you no type of guarantee on when it will be done, because we are going after someone that you actually owe a bill to, right. Or that's if it's frivolous, if it's not actually you, identity theft, things like that. It's a whole lot easier to come off. But of course, if it's you and you're just trying to, just like leveling up, it's a process. Right.
Everything that
but
we're
all that
talking
stuff,
about,
it takes time.
Right.
It takes time. In 30 days, that's the time frame that they have to respond. No, so when someone says it's gonna be off, that's not a guarantee. You're not supposed to.
I know a lot of people want to.
Yeah, keep shining that ring.
Want to ask, how long does it take for the CPN?
Oh Lord, them CPNs. CPNs, they're not bad because they've been around forever. It's the fact of what people do with them that makes them bad. CPNs are credit profile numbers. I do those all the time for people, but I also tell them the first number one thing, don't buy a house. Don't. That's federal. Next, when it comes to the CPNs, it's at least a 2-week process before we know anything. I've had people that I start a process on a Monday, and that Wednesday they like, what's up?
Wednesday, I call Tuesday night.
You know what I mean? So, but it don't work like that, because a credit profile number is a 9-digit number similar to your social security number, but it only registers to your credit profile. So it really only goes to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, and that's really that's really all it is. So when people tell you, oh, I can give you 100 numbers for $10. Okay, they just give you 100 numbers. Okay. It takes a process, because the number they give you can actually be someone's real social, just some numbers out there. Right. It's a process called merging that we have to do to actually merge it to your name and your identity and all that type of stuff. That takes a minimum of 2 weeks. So, all that, no, and also I would say a credit profile number is not a way to, run away from your actual credit problems. All my credit profile clients, I always said, hey, we go work on your real credit too now. Well, yeah. We can do this because like celebrities and politicians, they use credit profile numbers to hide and protect their real identity from general public.
Well, they've been doing that.
Oh yes, for years. It's when the average people start abusing it is when it becomes problems, because people get it, run it up, don't use, and just run,
right, just leave it out there.
Right, and of course that's the problem. But when you actually use it, you build it, it's a wonderful thing. It really is. It's just starting you fresh, clean. People do trade lines, all that. I don't even worry about all that. If I work on your credit to get you right, and if we go do a CPN, hey, just know that it's gonna take at least 2 weeks, period. As far as just going into that, even saying about your net worth goes with your budgeting with your expenses and everything like that, because your net worth is easy to, people don't even realize, but it's easy to calculate. It's your assets minus your liabilities, which your assets is your home, your cars, right. Anything that actually holds some type of value, that you can actually sell and have money. Your house, it works both ways, because most people owe, so much on houses. So that kind of works both ways. But then of course your liabilities are the things that, if you still got this car payment, if it was a $10,000 car and you still owe $8,000, well, that's actually not an asset. That's actually a liability, because you still owe $8,000. So once you subtract your liability, your expenses, your bills from your assets, which is your income, then you'll know your net worth. And you start to grow and build on that. And even with that, with your net worth, I learned that your net worth definitely changes. You know what I mean? So where you were today don't have to be where you are tomorrow. And so I challenge you to find out what your net worth is and try to build on that and you know, grow from that and level up from that.
We're gonna take a small break, and when we return, we will have all our special guests on the panel with us. Yes. So y'all keep watching, keeping it 100 with Money and Meka.
Welcome back.
What's up? What's up?
We got our wonderful guest extraordinaire, Coach Wes.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Good to see you. God bless you. How all your pods. I'm so excited to be here on Keeping It 100 with Money and Meka. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
Good to see you.
We also got on our Zoom. We got comedian Lil Big Head. We got comedian Willie West. I'm sorry, not Willie West. That was
Crissy.
Yeah,
oh,
right.
Lord.
Willie Macc. I'm sorry. Well, shout out to Coach Willie West too. Then shoot. And we also got singer, actress from Tyler Perry Plays and Beyonce Can't Win the Mamas, Miss Crissy Collins.
Yeah.
So, yes. I do want to start off with asking Crissy a couple of questions. First, I know that we talked about the family involvement and the support, and I know that your family, you come from a family that supports one another. So can you say how that really helped you in leveling up? Your family support, man.
It helped in a lot of ways. With my family, and thank God for them, they allowed me to go and pursue my dream. And at the time, I didn't even know it was a dream of mine. I was already doing it. That it pushed me to say that, okay, even I'm a single parent, that they had my back and they were able to take care of the things that I couldn't take care of so that I can share my gift with the world. So it was very important. It took a lot of communication, of course. Mm-hmm. And with me traveling, I've been doing this for over 30 years, singing background for people and doing plays. And, you know, when you think about leveling up, it's always a part of your camp, the people that is surrounding you. That helps push you to motivate you to be the best you can be. And with my family, they've always pushed me. They didn't quite understand what I was doing in the very beginning. And honestly, I didn't understand it. I just was walking by faith. And I was just saying, okay, well, you know, people call me, they like me. So let me go and make this money, you know, but didn't realize the back end of what was getting ready to happen and the many doors that was getting ready to happen for me that became very broad. So my family was a major part, and they prayed constantly. I come from a praying family, as you know. I come from a praying. So they just let me do what I do.
See, that's a blessing right there to have that family support. Right. And like she said, I know that their family, Evangelist Sandy Collins, that is one praying mama. Yes. You know, so I know that a lot of her dreams that she didn't even realize that were her dreams were carried on the back of I say Mama Sandy's her prayers. So yes.
Well, Crissy looks a lot like right now.
Y'all know about
it. Yes.
Shout out to Mama Sandy.
Okay.
We love you.
Look, the whole family.
Right,
really.
the whole family. Everyone in that family.
Yes. Another. How would you say, in your own words, how did you level up? Because you definitely leveled up from, you know, continuously. So how did you level up?
I moved out the way. See, I moved out the way. When you level up, you got it. When you want better, and when you put God first, you have to move out of the way and let him do his thing. And I didn't realize where I was going because I've been singing my whole life. And I am the baby of the family. So a lot of things that came to me, it was just like, okay, well, you know, I'll do it. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't know the plan for me. So I wasn't chasing no bag. I wasn't chasing stardom and fame and everything like that. I wasn't chasing any of that. I just loved what I did and what I do. And I moved out of the way so that those doors can open up for me. And that's one of the ways I leveled up, is when I moved out the way. When you get in your way, you don't level up. When you get in your way, you end up messing up.
Okay.
And so you end up messing up, going down the wrong road, taking the wrong path, trusting the wrong people. I'm very, very cautious about the people I allow in my circle and the ones that I work with. I've turned down many gigs and people thought I was crazy for turning them down, but it's because I have integrity and I know my worth. When you know your worth, when you know what you believe in, and you know who you are, you will not fall for everything. Everything that comes to you is not meant for you. So when I started realizing this stuff, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna stay out of the way, because when I started getting in the way, oh my God, I started messing up so freaking bad. I was like, why am I in this position? Why am I in this situation? I put myself in that situation. So therefore, I said, like right now, I stepped out of the way so he can be in the way so I can continue to level up.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
We pass the
about.
offering plate now?
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, she couldn't have put it better. Step out your own way. Because if not, woo, I love that. You know, for the crazy people that don't know who you are, the people that's under a rock somewhere, I'm saying. Can you tell us how you've been able to stay relevant all these years?
Woo. How I was able to stay relevant. Y'all, let me tell you something. I'm me. That's all I know how to be, is me. And this is what you get. There's no pretending, there's no fake. I don't have time. It takes too much work to be that. So when I first started doing the Chitlin circuit, doing plays, Good Man is Hard to Find, Where Have All the Good Men Gone, Love Don't Pay No Bills, all these plays that I didn't know it was allowing people to see me, that was keeping me relevant. I started singing background for people like Kelly Price. That was my first gig. Well, that was not my first singing background for somebody, but when I started doing studio work, my first studio work that I did was with Luther Vandross. How did, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It was, oh, we like your voice. Can you do this? Oh, sure I can. You know what I'm saying? Then it started to be where I said, you know what? I will never let nobody prostitute my gift, because somebody tried to do that. And I was like, oh, so you making all this money off of me and I ain't making half of that? Oh, so you prostituting me. Oh, so no, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I said, God, I will never allow no one to prostitute the gift that you've given me. I've been doing this thing for so long in my mind, because I come from a praying family. It never, ever. My daughter and my sister asked me, Mom, on the road, you ain't try nothing? You ain't do anything? I was like, no. You were boring. I was like, no, I was out there to do the job. So therefore, when I got the gig with Tyler Perry doing Madea Goes to Jail, and I thought I was just singing background, I didn't know I had a role. He saw me, and it's so crazy that he said to me, I'll never forget, in Chicago, we were sitting down, we were eating, we was in between shows. He said, you don't know this, but I've been watching you for years. You were singing in gospel choir, B. Chase Williams and Shabbat. And I would come to the shows, and I would come to the services and everything and hear y'all sing. And you were the most energetic. You were always the same. Your personality stayed the same. And I said, I got to work with her one day. He said, I wanted to get you in a play with me. And I said, the Lord told me no, that she has to be in a play with you. Then that became Madea Goes to Jail. Now, the crazy thing is, I was singing background with Kelly Price, and I was supposed to be in one of her plays, Why Did I Get Married, at the time. And I didn't go. Okay. And then I'm just telling you something, how everything snowballed your face. Okay. So when I stopped singing background for her, I saw Tyler at the time it was called Yin Yang, but it was Apache. And Tyler goes there, and he was in the audience, and he said, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Sure." He said, "I wrote I got this information in email stating that you needed to be in this play, but I don't see you at rehearsals. Why?" I said, "Because I'm no longer affiliated with them. And yeah, that's it. I'm sorry you had to go through all the trouble. Hopefully one day we'll work together." And he was like, "That's it? No." Side note on that is, you don't have to tear somebody down to build yourself up.
That's right.
People will see your worth,
That's
okay? Right. And whatever problems I had in a prior camp, don't nobody else need to know. It's none of their business. So he respected that about me, came back to me and said, "You know what? I respect, because you had every opportunity to talk bad about somebody and you didn't. Right. And therefore, I respect you." Then I got to play. Then from My Dear Goes to Jail, singing Yes, Jesus Loves Me, at the Kodak Theater in LA, the creative director for Beyonce and Destiny's Child was there and said, "When you get your first bootleg project, I want the first copy." Not knowing that she was going to work on my project, not knowing me and her became best friends, not knowing she was looking for background singers. She asked me when I was busy. I just came off the road doing another play. She asked me if I could sing background for B. This is when she had the boys before she got girls. I said, sure, didn't believe her. They called me, sent me out to LA. B liked me. She had me introduce the band while she did the change. Her and Jay loved me, asked me to come back. Thus, 16 years later, I've been with Beyonce. And I continue to work with Tyler Perry and continue to work with other artists. Doors opened up. I moved out of the way so I could level up.
Yes. Right. Level up. If that ain't how you level up, right. I really truly thank you for your transparency and your honesty, because people need to see that, one thing, and we're gonna get back to other people as well, but one door can always, it don't matter if they close it or not, because what's meant for you is for you, and one door can always open another. So I thank you.
Something. And I know the other guests on here have the same thing, probably getting ready to say the same thing. Many people tear you down and tear your gift down, but they can't do what God has already ordained. You know what I mean? And when you start to move and level up, the whole thing is to pay it forward. That's why I teach. That's why I'm a vocal enhancer. I'm not a instructor like Coach West is. I'm an enhancer. I'm going to enhance you because I learned from the best. I'm going to teach you how to be an entertainer.
That's right.
Thus, me counseling you to see what took you so long, because in order for you to be in this business, you got to understand who you won't fall for everything. Everybody is snakes. You got to know your business. I refuse to let anybody that is under me or that I know not know the business about what you're getting ready to get into. Because yes, I didn't do anything. The only thing they saw from me is my work ethic and that I love God. And that's it. And that has allowed me to do the things that I'm doing. Coffee with Crissy, my talk show. Hidden Gems, my other talk show. My show that I'm getting ready to do August 7th at St. James Live, which all of y'all better be at.
Yes, we will.
We'll be there.
Here, because it's a tribute to Jill Scott and Angie Stone, people who I've worked with. It is enough room for everybody. Get out your way so you can level up.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on, sis. I love you.
Love you always. We are going to take a very quick break, and we're going to be right back with the rest of our guests as well.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100 with Money and Meka.
All right. So we're going to keep it going right now. Thank you to our guest, Crissy Collins, yes, to put them precious jewels on us. But I would like to turn it, I know we got Coach West right here, and believe me, you feel free to chime in anytime you want, because, we got you here, so we plan on going to get to you too. Like you said, chime in anytime. I know you good for that. But I would like to ask comedian Willie Macc a couple questions as well. Welcome. Good to see you again. Good to see you.
I feel like Crissy should have been the headliner, man. I was over here just like who has to follow that?
Right.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, shoot, how'd you get to go further?
I'm over here Googling motivational speeches so I can go ahead and repeat some of this.
So she just shut all that down.
Man, she shut all that down.
See, no problem.
No pressure.
I'm pretty sure you can do your thing, though. Well, first off, introduce yourself and tell everybody how you leveled up and what you're doing today as well. And also how I'm gonna give you a lot and say
What are you doing to keep yourself relevant?
Right. How you keeping yourself relevant as well.
All right. My name's Willie Macc. It's Mac with 2 C's. I am actor comedian. My journey started in I did this show years ago called College Hill on BET, Virgin Islands. And man, that's such an interesting question. How did I level up? Because I'm actually here in St. Louis filming because I went through a hard time because even though we was on College Hill and we had all the fame, like I knew everybody. And I remember being at the BET Awards and like we was backstage and I like Beyonce was like, aren't y'all the guys off that College Hill shows? Like me and the castmates, we was like, yeah. She's like, yo, we watch you on the tour bus. Like, what? Like that was dope. But the thing was, BET didn't pay us. BET paid us $950 for the entire season. We were famous and broke, which was the worst place to be because you at one point you try to live a lifestyle that you cannot afford. And I was listening to you all talk about that, like there's a lot of hood rich people. Like we had the nice clothes because we was getting sponsored, but I had to go to work working at a telemarketing company in the morning. Like here's one of my stories that I like telling because it was just how crazy this was. I was at the BET Awards and I run into Nelly. And this is the time Nelly was dating Ashanti. And he sees me because, he from St. Louis, I'm from St. Louis. And he was like, oh man, what's up, St. Louis? Look, I've been keeping an eye on you, blah, blah, blah. There's a party at the Hollywood Hills, slide through. I'm like, cool, I'll meet you there. Just give me the address. He gives me the address. This is back when we was on the Sidekick. And I didn't have a car. So I had to take the 750 bus to the train, to the Hollywood bus, walk up the Hollywood Hills. I'm there. I had my shirt off right before I went in because I was sweating and all this other stuff. And by the time I get up there, Nelly, Jermaine Dupri, and all them was like, oh man, we're about to go to the Marina Del Rey. And I'm like, we gonna party here. That's what I said in my head. Like, do you not know how I had to get here? And they was like, you coming? I was like, no, I'm not gonna make it because I had to go to work in like 2 hours. Like I worked overnight, so I had to go to work in 2 hours. I'm like, man, this is crazy being famous and broke. So then it got to a point where I actually already wrote down my Emmy speech because this is like one of my turning points. So I'm obviously this person. We was BET's babies for a while, and then they changed up management and all this other stuff there. And I asked for some BET Award show tickets. I was like, I called the same group who had me doing all their promos and I was filming for them. And they's like, no, Willie, we can't give you any tickets. I'm like, why? I'm like, even the seat filler tickets, like, let me get some seat filler tickets. I just want to come to the show. Right. They're like, Willie, you're not relevant anymore, is what they told me. And I took it personally. Wow. I was like, what? They was like, yeah, you're not relevant anymore. We don't have to do this for you. And they never responded back to any of my emails, phone calls. And so I kept that in my back pocket. Mm-hmm. Now, in this transition, this was like maybe 2010 at this point. It took a while for me to, I guess, level up because I'm in an industry where you compare yourself to other folks all the time. You're like, I'm doing the same thing, but for some folks, they get famous faster, they get rich faster. Like I have a friend that used to work at the Cheesecake Factory, and then he was a comedian as well, and he blew up. Gerard Carmichael. I'm sure y'all heard of the Carmichael show. Like I remember when it was him and two other guys that used to live in a studio apartment, and then that it's overnight, and I'm over here looking at my life like, why am I struggling for so long? But I never gave up because I ended up starting to do stand-up the reason I got my name, because my real name is William McMiller. I was doing background work, which is, for those that don't know, is just the people that walk behind you in like movies and TV shows on the Bernie Mac show. And so I was supposed to only work one day, but it ended up being 5 because this is around the time Bernie Mac was really sick. So he'll be on set for like an hour and then he had to disappear and all this other stuff. And I run into Kalita Smith, who played Bernie Mac's wife. And I used to, back in the day, she had this really big afro. Like it was country. I'm a country boy, and it was a country afro. And she's like, "Where are you from? You look super country." As I'm telling you this story, I'm gonna show you all the fro. I'm trying to get to it. And I was like, "Oh, I'm from St. Louis, whatever." She's like, "Oh, my assistant's from St. Louis." I was like, "Oh, cool." So she brings her assistant over, introduces me, and find out we went to the same high school, knew the same people, but she's a little older, same people as like teachers. And so as I'm talking to her, Bernie Mac comes in and he's like, "Who's this melted milk dud y'all talking to?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you look like a melted milk dud." And he started clowning me. But that was like day 2. And for the next few days, he was one of the coolest people that I've ever met. And I was like, whatever it is that he does, I want to learn and how to do. And in those few days that I was on set, he influenced my life so much that I ended up changing my name to Willie Macc, because then we was talking and he was like, his real name isn't Bernie Mac, it was Bernard McCollin. And I was like, "We can change our names?" He was like, "Yeah, nobody want to hear Bernard McCollin coming to a stage." And it was like, and it was like, nobody wants to hear William McMiller come to the stage. Like, William McMiller got me a lot of job interviews, but it ain't never, but it was never with the, so I ended up changing my name to Willie Macc, all inspired by him. I'm actually about to show you. So I don't know if you all can see this. Mm-hmm. This was the last time I was able to go to the BET Awards show. And that was like the fro that I used to have. And that was patted down. So from there, I ended up becoming homeless around 2014. I had a bad breakup and I didn't have a place to stay. So I was couch surfing and all. It was 2014 was an awful year for me. But my parents was like, "Come on home." You started off. I'm like, "Nope, I'm out here. I'm gonna keep doing this." I end up lying at this job, and I was an editor for TV. I end up getting this job. Okay, let me start back. I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up, and then we can be done with me. Give me like 5 minutes of my story, and I'm done. I'm gonna tell you all where I'm at now. And
we got about 3 minutes.
Okay, I give it to you in 2. So I end up lying at this job, and I end up learning how to do this job on YouTube while I was working there in this lie. I heard that HGTV is looking for a Black family because they don't got no Black people on HGTV. So I told them like, "Oh." At this point, I started using my money and brought it back to St. Louis and started flipping homes with my brother who's in construction. And they're like, "No, Willie, nobody want to see you on HGTV, blah, blah, blah." So I came here and I edited my own version of a show and I threw it up on YouTube. This production company comes and finds it, pitches it to HGTV. HGTV is like, "I love it." And so I'm here now filming, renovating the Lou. We are the new Property Brothers. We're the Black brothers on HGTV.
Look at that.
That's a level up right there.
2022, and I have my own season, my own show, and I can't wait to be on that stage and be like, "Am I relevant now?"
Right,
now
exactly. That's how you level up. That's really how you level up. You kept yourself
from the blackest network to the whitest.
Right. See, even though they didn't think you was relevant, and really that actually pushed you to become more relevant.
Yep.
So I applaud you on that. I applaud you. I can't wait to see your show come out. Look. Right. That's how you level up. That's really how you level up. I mean, we still got a little bit more time, so you ain't got to go just yet. But I definitely love that. I definitely love that. Coach Wes, do you have anything to say? Because I'm sorry, he got me a little speechless just because.
Well, I'll just say, Willie Macc, kudos to you. I know what it is to be told that you're not relevant.
Right.
Some people have even told me that I've aged out. because I'm not only an actor, but I'm also a singer. And like, bro, you do all these things. Somebody actually told me, if you haven't gotten your dream hasn't come to life yet, you need to maybe start looking at something else to do, right? But when you are true to you, right, and you know what you're called to do and know what your purpose is, then you walk in it. And like Crissy said, get out your way.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And be fearless. Take on the no nonsense, no whatever it takes attitude. Like you said, I'm gonna be at that party, so I'm gonna take a bus and a train and another bus to get to that party. You know what I mean? They didn't have to know that, but you did whatever it takes, because at the end of the day, only results matter.
That's right. That's right.
Only results matter. All the excuses, all the rhymes, reasons, none of that matters. But I'm excited to be here on Keepin 100 with Money and Meka. I know we got to take a break in a minute, but I'm just really glad.
Oh yes. Oh
That's
yes.
what's
Oh
up.
yes. That I mean, that to me, that was. You said you couldn't go behind Crissy, but I think you did an awesome job.
You're still on your own.
You know what I'm saying? I think you did an awesome job, because that's really showing, you know, you kept it 100, because you didn't just say like, oh, I did this and everything was just great, and you know, I just kind of slowly, you know, you like you keeping it real. You saying like, no, you know, I ended up being homeless. You know, I was the hood rich. You know, but at the same time, you can also say, look at me now and where I'm going now.
See.
Right.
And I see you at the top.
That way.
we go take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Keepin' It 100 with Money and Meka and all of our special guests. Thanks again, Willie Macc, for coming on, Crissy Collins. So now, I guess, you know, my boy again, Coach Wes.
Hey.
And
You got a little comedian, Lil Big Head.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Lil Big Head.
what's going on, Lil Big Head? That must be Roy's side of the family.
It sure is.
It gotta be Roy's side of the family.
So, thank you for being here as well. And I know you've been waiting very patiently. But I do want to ask you a few questions as well. Of course, as well for you, what do you consider, or what does it mean to you to level up? Then, more specifically to you is, what do you think about turning a hobby into income? Because, you know, at one point in time, a lot of things that we do to make money or make a living, one time started as a hobby. So how did you turn your hobby into income? And then also, what do you think about the mind frame of today's young adults and how they picture or how they look at leveling up, or what they think leveling up is?
Okay. All right. For me, leveling up is getting yourself out of a old situation. Like, it could be something basic though. Like, say if you couldn't do 5 push-ups before, you know what I'm saying? Each day, you know, like at night, you like, you know, I'm gonna do 5 every night, and the next thing you know, I'm gonna do 10. Then that end of the year, you're doing like 100 push-ups, and you pushing yourself farther and harder than you was before, or like. Before you wasn't able to run a mile, you just jogging a mile. Then next thing you know, you walked it faster. Then you know what? Now I'm gonna run it. So to me, leveling up is just like realizing what can I do better than I did before. Like not trying to stay the same or consistent. And like keep pushing yourself. Like you gotta realize, like, to level up, you gotta like look at your mistakes and like what can I take from my mistakes to make me better. Like if I failed at this, like, all right, what did I do wrong right then? Okay, now what I have to come back. Like when Kobe and Michael and them, for them to level up, they was in the gym every day. They was looking at their tape, studying themselves. They don't just, you know what, I'm gonna stay with this one leg.
Hold on, Lil Big Head. The Detroit Pistons made Mike level up.
You know what I'm saying? That was in his way, so he was in the gym getting like it made him come harder than before. So in my mind, you just gotta level up, is just pushing yourself harder than you did before to a limit. Pushing yourself to a limit that you like, dang, I know I can do that. And just taking the word can't out.
That's
like
right.
don't say I can't do it. Like and then the second question you said like turning your hobbies into income. For me, it's a process still now, but I know that when you're gonna have to spend money before you start making money. So you gotta realize not to be scared to invest in yourself, or to put money into or because you're gonna spend at least 10,000 before you make a million. You gotta like, all right, what am I? Why is this my hobby? Okay, now that I'm doing this, what am I doing differently than other people did that's gonna make people attracted to what I'm doing? So basically, like, it's just understand what you're good at and like how you can move it forward. Like if it's your hobby, you know you're good at it. So you know what I'm saying? I'm still in the process of making it into an income where I can just be like, I ain't gotta work for nobody else. But I know like I'm gonna have to put money into myself. And like you said earlier, it's just like I gotta stay in the house, I gotta stay in the house. But it's just to better myself. And as far as with this generation, I think a lot of them be confused about what's leveling up is. A lot of them think, oh man, I got to get the next pair of Jordans. I got to be the freshest. I got to be this, this, and this. But a lot of them don't realize like leveling up, their level up is really just growing up too. Like, all right, when you're a kid, all that stuff is amazing to you. Like all that flashy stuff, nice shirts, nice shoes, all that's gonna be there. But like when you get older, you realize like I really don't need that. You know what I'm saying? When you're in high school, everybody tells you, oh, you need the shoes, you need the pants, but you don't need that to be successful. Because if you look at it's just the rappers and stuff that you see in most of those clothing. So they don't push in front of the next generation ownership like they should, or like instead of trying to be the best player on the team, be the best player, then learn how to own a team afterwards. Like a lot of our kids, like, they don't look at the work that you got to put in. They just look at the ending of it. That's how I kind of see the generation coming up don't want to put the time in as much as the people before us. And I feel like with my generation, with like the millennials, they say we at that age group where like we seen like our parents and our grandparents like work their hardest, and a lot of us is like, no, I want to go for my dream, and like I did the college route, got the money to establish myself. Now I'm gonna just go push for it. So I think that's a big difference is the drive though. Like, but a lot of these kids coming up, I don't think they have a drive per se. A lot of them don't have something really pushing them as much as it used to be.
Right. I like that. I like I like everything you have to say because honestly, like I said, all our guests today, everybody thinking that one is outshining the other, but every one of them are giving, bits and pieces.
Good insight.
Right. That's very, very
Good
relevant
insight.
and it needs to be known. Like Crissy said, get out your way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Willie Macc, he done dropped so many gems. He got the cameraman over here, like,
Right.
I'm still over here, baffled and thinking and like, my mind going, I didn't know the industry was really cutthroat like this, So, I mean, I love it. I'm glad we do have Kimbella here with us as well. So Kimbella, just real quick.
Hey Kimbella, how you doing?
If you can as well, because I know we only got a few minutes left, but if you can as well, I wanted Kimbella to be on here today because when I first met Kimbella, she would probably say she was at one of her lowest points, but it's only been about 4 years. For about 4 years that we know each other.
We watched her level up.
And this woman has completely leveled up.
Right.
I'm gonna let you tell where you've been and where you at. But we do have to keep it brief real quick. But this woman right here, where was you at one point in time, Kim? Can y'all hear her? Because I know she on the road right now. Yeah, I can hear a little bit what you're saying. She's on the road right now, so her audio's a little messed up. But what she was saying was she used to be homeless when we met her a few years ago. I didn't want to say that, but she used to be homeless a few years ago. And
you're not embarrassed.
Okay, exactly.
She bounced back. You bounced back, Kim. You bounced back.
She was.
It wasn't because I was a victim or anything. I was trying to get out of a bad relationship.
Right.
She was trying to get out of a bad relationship, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to repeat because you breaking up a little bit. She was trying to get out of a bad relationship, and that's what's caused her to be homeless. And we met her during the sports with us. And she showed me that she really wanted to do something for her children, and even though she didn't at the time have a place to stay, she was still being there doing all this, and it was like I really, really love that about her. And we started working together, and like she said, we started doing taxes together, and she really stepped up her game as well. And I really commend you, because now she's the owner of multiple businesses. Kimbella Tax Pros is one of them. Money Move Logistics. She got a lot of things going on, so you have to follow her as well, Kimbella Tax Pros. But I'm glad you was able to come on and share that. I know we running out of time now. This has really been I love today.
Action packed.
Right.
Yes, I love today with all our guests and everything. And the different things we discussed. I do want to check out, I did kind of level up myself just a little bit by writing my 3 books. I'm patting myself on the back a little bit, because I did write those myself, edit, did the covers, the illustration, publishing, everything on my own. So in my book, The Lion Within, The True Story of Love, Faith, and Struggle, I really did dive deep, and that for me also started my process of leveling up, because I was able to look at my life and everything I've been through and put it on paper, and I had to become transparent and see where I wanted to go from there. So that helped me with my leveling up. Before we go, we always say what we're going to talk about next week, and it goes hand in hand. Next week will be our season finale, so it's important, it's special to us as well. But the topic next week is broken crayons.
Still color.
Okay.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
You gonna come back?
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Yes, broken crayons, still color. And we say that everyone's been broken.
Right.
If it's single parent homes raised by your grandparents, just it's a lot of different things that will make you broken. Relationships, all type of things.
Right.
But we still color. And I like one thing that you said when we were discussing it. You said when crayons get wet, they won't color. That's when they're weak.
Yeah.
You said, but then they always dry up.
They dry up
And they can color again.
Right.
So I like that. And then
That's cool.
Right.
I try sometimes.
right. Wait, but hold on. Let me drop another one. He said something else that stuck with me. He said, let your shine outshine your bullshit. So, like you said, broken crayons still color. I love everyone that joined us today. All our guests, like we said, Crissy Collins, that she had to step out early. She had other engagements as well. She's a busy woman. Comedian Willie Macc dropped some knowledge,
Real
and
knowledge.
kept it 100 with everybody. So definitely follow him. He got a show coming out. What's the name of your show again? Let everybody know.
Renovating the Lou, and you can see Mac Boys properties on our Instagram and see everything and dates and times.
All right. So Renovating the Lou. Just follow him
Lil
up.
Big Head, we need you in November too, man. Put that on your calendar, man.
All right, send me the date.
November
Okay.
20th is My Wish benefit concert. We benefiting children with asthma this year.
Right.
Because we had a few board members that hit home. So yes, please, I'll hope to see all of our guests at our benefit concert.
It's dedicated to the asthma, but it's also dedicated to one of my homeboys.
Diesel,
Mr. Hell is you doing? And he was gonna host it, so I got to get somebody who's real funny and know a lot of music to host this event. This guy right here, he will be here. He will be there.
Is that me?
Yes, you, sir.
You crazy out there? Well, you crazy?
Yeah, shawty, we gonna go now, shawty.
We'll see, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, bet that up
do
there.
what you gotta do.
Yeah, meet me at the spot. It's off John Burr Road.
Big.
So y'all hear me, boy. Coach Wes will be in the building.
Yes, again, everybody, I hope this was helpful to you, showing you how you can level up and how we've all leveled up as well.
Right.
Again, start where you are, get out your way. What you got to tell them, Willie?
No, I was just agreeing with you. I was like,
Okay, stop trying to, don't live ghetto hood rich.
Believe in yourself.
Yes, believe in yourself
No
first.
excuses.
Like Lil Big Head said, you know, if you gotta crawl, then walk, then run, that's what you gotta do. You know, do it for you. Invest in yourself. You know, and also like Willie Macc said, just because someone else says that you're not relevant, prove them wrong.
What she said.
We'll be
That
back.
way, we'll be back next week. Love y'all.
God bless your hearts and all your thoughts.